When Jane Goodall was a 1-year-old, her father gave her a toy animal, a big chimpanzee.
Oh, Mortimer, it's big and too scary. It might give our little Jane bad dreams. Why did you choose the chimpanzees from all the toys?
Vane, I thought
Yes?
that our little Jane can have her own baby chimpanzee, Jubilee, just like the one that had been born in London Zoo. Look, Mum, she's smiling at it.
Well, if she likes it, let her have it.
Daddy, come! Look, there's Jubilee. She's smiling at my Jubilee.
You must love chimpanzees. They are very clever. Our Jubilee loves nuts.
I wish I knew their language.
Maybe one day you will learn their language and tell everyone what they think about us.
I will. Jane grew up. She still loved chimpanzees and other animals. She read a lot of books about them. The story of Dr. Dolittle was her favourite. She hoped to live in Africa and be able to learn to speak with chimpanzees there.
However, she didn't have enough money to study, so she started to work as a secretary.
I don't like this job. It's the same every day. I would rather spend all day in the jungle.
One day, a little miracle happened. There was an invitation postcard from her friend Chloe, whose family bought a farm in Kenya.
Goodbye, everyone.
Jane loved Africa. Steel grey mountains rose up from the eastern shore of Lake Tanganyika. In the valleys between the slopes were forests. It was completely wild. There were no tourists, no safari groups with cameras, and no fancy lodges to stay in. Jane lived near the lake in a little clearing by a small stream. She was cut off from the rest of the world.
Dear Mum and Dad, I love Africa. Mr. Leakey, a friend of Chloe's family, taught me about the chimpanzees living in the forest near lake. He is also interested in chimps and believes that they have much in common with early humans. I have decided to go there and observe them.
Jane discovered that chimps can use sign language to convey a message. She made friends with chimpanzee, who she called David Grandpa.
Do you have something nice to eat?
I have a sandwich, an apple, and wait, I have a banana.
I love bananas.
Help yourself.
Thank you. Jane, careful. Look behind you. There's a big snake.
Jane was watching a chimpanzee family every day. She wanted to learn everything about them. And they began to treat Jane like just another chimp.
Look, here she is. It's strange how tall she is.
I like her, even though she is white and hairless.
Don't judge her by her looks. She is kind and look, she has some delicacy for us.
Jane prepared a picnic for her new family.
Oh, Jane, you made my favorite cake. Wow! But not every day was a party day. One day, Frodo the bully appeared. The big chimpanzee was mean to the others. Frodo was the strongest one. Chimpanzees are 7 times stronger than humans. Frodo was much stronger. Jane was warned by David, but she didn't want to believe it.
Hello, Frodo. How are you? Would you like some snacks?
Frodo gave Jane an ignorant look. He dragged her hard over the edge of the cliff. Jane fell down and broke her leg. Luckily, David and Ollie were there. They helped Jane carefully back to her camp.
Jane still loved her chimpanzee family, and when she recovered, she continued to study them. She was scared only of leopards. She recognized the smell of leopards. Many times, Jane caught her scent in the forest. One time, Jane was chatting with Grandpa David, and a leopard appeared behind a tree. She didn't see it, but David did.
Jane, quickly grab a liana and follow me.
Jane jumped on the liana. She took a big swing and climbed up a tree to get away from the leopard. She was lucky. The leopard did not climb after her. Instead, the leopard pooped on a rock where Jane had been sitting only a few minutes before.
Jane learned a lot about chimpanzees as she spent a lot of time observing them. She continued to work on her research even after her son Hugo was born.
She and her husband fondly called their son Grub. Grub spent his year childhood with his parents in the African wilderness before he was sent to England to study. This story is based on Jane Goodall's life. Some people call her Jane of the Jungle. She is now 85 years old. Goodall did not have a formal degree, but her love for primatology and anthropology led her to go on great adventures to study wild animals. After Tanzania, she completed her PhDs in ethology, a study of animal behavior, from College.
There are several things Jane Goodall is doing even today. She is an inspiring public speaker, and her countless speeches on her research and findings have motivated millions.